Good evening, Miriam, and welcome once again to Firing Line. And happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
happy
much.
birthday.
And so, as a starter, we would like to find out from you how you feel on this natal day of yours. You're living a very exciting life and continuing to blast away at the results of the May 11 elections, and at the fact that you cannot accept that Fidel Ramos is the apparent winner so far in the May 11 elections. How do you react to that?
I'm extremely delighted that I was born into this world on June 15, 1945. So I'm 47 years old. You are therefore addressing a woman on the verge of old age, Teddy. But let me tell you also that June 15 is not my exclusive birthday. It is likewise the birthday of the late Finance Secretary, Jaime Ongtien. And I am not the only Gemini person in the People's Reform Party. One other person, at least, is Ramon Magsaysay Jr., whose birthday is June 10. So we've already gone to church. We had about 500 or more people in my parish church this morning, contrary to my own expectations. I go there every 6 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't expect to see so many people. That's the principal reason why I was not as punctual as I should have been for this show.
So that you're forgiven, easily forgiven.
Miriam, in today's Globe article, there was an editorial, which, and I quote from it, it says you have, there's a grave misreading of the mood of the country at this time, and that people are commenting in several columns that your protest actions post-election scenario is uncalled for, and the Globe editorial did even say that it is a sign of immaturity. Do you agree with this, and what is your opinion about this particular editorial?
I have not seen the editorial or any of the columns to which you advert, and I wish it had specified what particular behavior, because I have become reconciled to the fact that my behavior seems to be aggravating to certain people in this country, whatever the nature of the behavior might be. And so I'm no longer surprised by this reaction. If that refers particularly to the fact that I continually attempt to expose election fraud, then I plead guilty to that offense. But I must also add that I view it not only as my legal right, but as my moral duty, not necessarily as a presidential candidate, but as a Filipino citizen, to tell not only the Filipinos, but the whole world about election fraud, because election fraud is nothing but the naked manifestation of evil in Philippine society, just as graft and corruption is.
Well, the editorial is also saying that your misreading of the nature of the way people feel now is that people want this election thing to be over with, and that there is no rampant feeling that there has been cheating or manipulation of the polls, and that, in a manner of speaking, that you should just keep your peace and not provoke any more unrest.
This is the argument that we must buy peace at any price in society. Now remember, this policy of appeasement has brought nothing but disaster to civilization, both Western and Eastern. Do you remember that a famous British political figure argued that the British must accept peace at any price, and for that reason he precipitated World War I? Do you remember also that when Hitler was on the ascendant, many otherwise intelligent voices were also raised in appeasement? They said that no serious opposition or resistance should be made just to keep the calm and peace of society. This policy of appeasement precipitated World War II. And in any event, regardless of what other people in other scenarios may have done, I, as a person, have always been uncompromising about what I perceive to be evil in society. Election fraud is evil. When we are confronted with it, we must expose the problem to public scrutiny. And furthermore, all that I have done so far have been within the constitutional and legal parameters. We have engaged the services of a legal staff. They have presented proof before the Congress. That undertaking is still ongoing. And at the same time, I try and disseminate the information that our legal staff is presenting to the Congress, to the Filipino nation as a whole.
Miriam.
So I do not see why I am to be condemned for this behavior.
Miriam, it appears that you held a press conference just about a day ago.
Saturday.
Saturday. And you presented proof that there was widespread fraud during the elections. Do you believe that this widespread fraud that you abused would be of a volume and of a dimension that would change the results of the COMELEC count and the MCQC count in your favor?
Exactly. In fact,
what makes you say that?
because it involves about 1.5